My child, hear me now. I am speaking over the noise that has tried to drown out your hope, and I am drawing near with a nearness that will not be denied. I have watched the hours of your quiet endurance, the moments when you told yourself to hold on one more day, the times you hid your heart because you feared one more disappointment would break what was left. I do not come to weigh you down with more demands. I come to lift what has been pressing on your chest and to return the breath you lost in rooms where love should have protected you. I am the one who does not forget. I am the one who remembers the exact shape of your tears and the exact sound of your laughter before the world taught you to muffle it. Tonight I will prove to you that I am not a distant light, but a living fire that chooses your house as its altar. My warrior, Michael, stands at your doorframe now, not as a rumor or a picture in your imagination, but as a sentry appointed to you. He has not come to negotiate with your fear, he has come to end its tenancy. He speaks with the authority I gave him, and his voice goes out over your threshold. Open this now, do not delay the mercy that is already in motion, do not turn away from what you have begged for at midnight and denied yourself at dawn. You have told yourself to be small to keep the peace. You have told yourself to accept crumbs to avoid conflict. That season expires tonight. I am not asking you to fight with people, I am asking you to stop fighting with the truth inside you, the truth that refuses to die even when your circumstances try to bury it. You always skip this moment when it finally arrives because the old ache whispers that blessings are traps and doors are illusions. Do not hurt me by agreeing with that lie again. I am not a trap, I am your homecoming. I am coming into your house tonight in ways that do not require you to strain to see me. You will feel the air soften and your chest unclench in a way you cannot manufacture. That release is not your imagination, it is my hand untying a knot that has lived under your ribs for years. You will remember a memory without the sour aftertaste of shame, because I will take the poison out and leave the wisdom. You will sense a courage that feels both unfamiliar and ancient, because you were born with it and only misplaced it in the storms. Do not rush to explain this away. Let the light do its work. When peace enters a room, explanations are a lesser language. I have listened to all the verdicts you pronounced against yourself to survive the judgments others hung over you. You told yourself you were too late, too much, too complicated, too naive, too wounded, too loud, too quiet, too broken, too demanding, too unlucky. None of those names are your name. Tonight I take back the labels and return your name to you, clean and luminous. The story others used to hold against you has no jurisdiction in the court of my mercy. Your case is not pending, it is settled. I do not rehearse your mistakes to humiliate you, I redeem them to multiply your compassion. You are not a cautionary tale, you are a living promise. Michael walks the halls of your home, and his footsteps are a decree. He is not looking for someone to blame, he is marking what belongs to me with a line no darkness can cross. He will stand between you and what tries to repeat the old cycles. He will guard your sleep from the whisper that tells you to rehearse injuries as if they could protect you. The only thing rehearsed tonight is your healing. I am pulling the thorn of false urgency out of your decisions. You do not have to pick chaos to prove you are alive. You do not have to cling to scarcity to prove you are prudent. Your care for others has been beautiful, your neglect of yourself has not been holy. Holiness is wholeness, and I am returning you to yourself. Do not confuse gentleness with weakness. The gentleness you feel rising is the strength of someone who no longer needs to be convinced they are chosen. You have tried to earn rooms I already gave you keys to. You have tried to audition for a love that was never supposed to be conditional. Tonight I am ending the audition. Come as you are, not as the version you built to keep from being abandoned. I never asked you to edit your soul to be accepted. I asked you to bring me the whole truth so I could make it whole. There are words you swallowed because you thought they would make you less lovable if spoken. Tonight I release your voice from its careful prison. You will speak with clarity, and you will not be punished for it under my covering. This does not mean you must enter arguments to prove you have transformed. Transformation speaks for itself. Do your part, honor the boundaries I place in your mouth. Let your yes be true and your no be kind and firm. Not every knock on your door deserves entry, not every story that calls your name deserves reply. You are not required to resurrect roles you have outgrown to make others comfortable. Love does not require you to betray yourself. Love requires you to stand where I planted you and to let me water what I planted. Love is not a performance, it is a posture. I see the fear that if you stop over-functioning, everything will fall apart. I am telling you a secret. It was never held together by your anxiety, it has been held together by my mercy. Lay down the burden that is not yours. Carry the assignment that is. Your assignment is not to manage the storms inside everyone else. Your assignment is to host my presence inside your own heart so steadfastly that storms lose interest in living there. When you keep me near, clutter leaves by itself. When you welcome me, shame starts packing. When you agree with me, cycles break quietly even before the noise stops. You have asked me for signs, and I have given you many. You have asked me for timing, and I have wrapped tonight with the ribbon of enough. Enough waiting for permission to be faithful to what you already know. Enough analyzing yourself into paralysis. Enough bargaining with your worth as if it fluctuates with someone's mood. I am not moody about you. My commitment to you is not on trial every morning. You are not on probation in my love. You are at home. Let that word sink into your bones until your body stops bracing for impact when good things enter the room. You have known crash landings, tonight you will know a gentle arrival. I saw the night you almost left your own life because the ache felt intolerable. I sat with you when no one knew what your smile was hiding. I counted the reasons you kept going even when the road gave you no thanks. I will not waste that endurance. I will not let your courage be a footnote. I will build a future that respects what it cost you to remain tender. You will not be punished for having a soft heart, you will be trusted with joys that require one. The world trains people to harden to survive. I train you to soften and still be safe. This is why Michael stands guard. This is why I speak now. This is why the old alarms are being disarmed, one by one, in the quiet hours. There are rooms where you felt tolerated, not treasured. You kept lowering your light so no one would complain about its brightness. You kept translating yourself into smaller languages because the larger one felt threatening to those who refused to grow. Receive this correction in love. Shrinking did not protect you, it starved you. Tonight I break the agreement with smallness. This is not arrogance, this is alignment. This is not boasting, this is breathing at full capacity after years of being winded. You will take up your rightful space, not to push anyone else out, but to stop pushing yourself out. I am not coming to erase your history, I am coming to crown it with meaning. The betrayals will not be your biography's headline. The delays will not be your epitaph. The mistakes will not be your map. I am the author and finisher, and I never leave a chapter mid-sentence when I have promised a conclusion. You thought the story would be one of almosts and almosts and almosts. I say the story is one of arrival. Your path is not perfect, but it is purposeful, and purpose has a way of pulling you forward even when your feet are tired. Tonight purpose reaches your doorstep, knocks softly, and refuses to leave without you. I am asking you to do small, holy things with me tonight. Breathe with intention, slow, honest breaths that tell your nervous system it is allowed to stand down. Place your hand over your heart and say, even if your voice is small, I agree with the love that chose me. Sit in the quiet for a moment longer than feels familiar. Invite me into the corners you usually avoid. You do not have to fix anything in that moment, you only have to let the light in. When you feel the urge to run, notice it like a cloud passing, and stay. Staying is brave. Staying with me is transforming. Forgiveness will visit you like a door you can finally open without collapsing. I am not asking you to call harm harmless. I am asking you to let me be the judge so you can be free. You have carried injuries like proof of your reality. Tonight I trade you evidence for ease. Release what was never yours to carry. Keep the lesson, lose the weight. Forgiveness is not the erasure of memory, it is the end of its tyranny. When you forgive, the past loses its power to dictate the plot. You become available to the future I have been holding for you. Provision will come with quiet precision. You will notice how what you need has already begun to arrange itself around you. Conversations will land softly in your favor. Doors you thought were welded shut will respond to a knock you had given up trying. You will not have to chase what belongs to you. You will have to walk toward it with an unhurried yes. Your steps will have a new sound, one of someone who trusts they are sent, not someone who fears they are intruding. This is how peace feels when it wears shoes. I know the fear that says, if I open, pain will find me first. Let me answer it, I am here first. Pain does not have first rights to your life. I do. Let me set the table before anything else arrives. Sit with me, even for a little while, and let the furniture of your inner world be rearranged by hands that only create beauty. I do not kick down doors you have locked for safety. I knock, and when you open, I bring safety with me. I do not rush you to prove your trust. I stay until trust relaxes into the room like a friend who knows all your angles and loves you from every one of them. You have spent long seasons bracing for bad news. Tonight you will learn the posture of receiving good news without suspicion. Let your shoulders drop. Let your jaw unclench. Let your mind stop auditioning for disasters. This is not naivety, this is the wisdom of someone who has seen me show up enough to call it a pattern. Pattern recognition is faith in practice. When you notice the rhythm of my kindness, it becomes easier to dance with it. I am inviting you onto that floor, no spotlight, no performance, just movement that feels like relief. I have placed in you a creative song that went quiet when criticism shouted. I am unmuting it. You will find yourself drawn to what brings life back into your days, and you will not apologize for it. The work that once drained you will begin to feel different because you will approach it from overflow, not depletion. There will be choices to make, and you will make them from peace, not panic. Opportunities will ask for your yes, and you will say yes without bargaining away your soul. Opportunities will ask for your no, and you will say no without dressing it in guilt. You are learning the grammar of grace, and it makes simple sentences sound like liberation. If you wake in the night and feel the quiet thicken, that is not emptiness, that is presence. Speak simply to me. You do not need perfect words to reach a perfect love. Tell me where it hurts, I will not be bored by your honesty. Tell me where you hope, I will not be threatened by your boldness. Tell me what you cannot tell anyone else, I am not anyone else. When morning comes, you will notice how the night did not steal from you this time, it returned things you thought were permanently lost, rest, clarity, and the soft courage to try again without punishing yourself for needing to. My child, open this now, not with your hands, but with your attention and your consent. Do not skip yourself anymore. Do not agree with the lie that says you are safer in delay. Delay has kept you loyal to emptiness. I am not emptiness, I am fullness, and I am not a theory visiting your life for a lecture. I am family moving in. You are more than the worst decision you made in a storm you did not create. You are more than the best mask you perfected. You are who I say you are, and I say you are mine, held, guarded, wanted, and destined for a goodness that does not collapse under inspection. Tonight, in your house, I seal this. Michael will remain until the dawn, and beyond the dawn he will watch the gates. Peace will sit where anxiety insisted on pacing. Joy will begin with small laughter and grow into a steady warmth. Strength will not shout, it will hum. The doors I intend for you will open in sequence, you do not need to kick them. Walk. Breathe. Agree with me. Every agreement with love is an act of courage. Every act of courage rewrites a line of your story. I am the author, and I have taken up the pen again with delight. Do not hurt me by treating this like a rumor you can outwait. Take it into your day, into your speech, into your choices. Let the newness be visible not because you try to impress anyone, but because freedom always leaves evidence where it walks. Clean your inner room the way you would if an honored guest were already sitting at your table, because I am. You do not have to be perfect to be present with me, you only have to be present. That is how the miracle begins, not with fireworks, but with fidelity. Not with noise, but with knowing. Not with a finish line, but with a first step that you can actually take. I bless your house. I bless your sleep. I bless the threshold you will cross when morning reintroduces you to yourself. I bless your voice to speak truth kindly and clearly. I bless your hands to build and release with wisdom. I bless your feet to carry you into spaces that match your calling. I bless your heart to receive without apology and to give without depletion. I bless your memories with healing and your imagination with holy play. I bless your discernment to recognize the counterfeit without fear and the authentic without hesitation. I bless you to be new without abandoning who you have always been at your core, the beloved. This is for you. It is not a performance to consume and forget. It is a covenant to live into, an atmosphere to breathe, a rhythm to move with. Let the night be an anointing. Let the dawn be a confirmation. Let the days ahead be a continuation of this yes. I am here. Michael is on post. The door is open. The light is inside. Walk with me and do not look back to negotiate with shadows. You are not a house haunted by what happened, you are a house inhabited by the one who heals. And so it is, and so it will continue to be, from tonight forward, in peace that passes understanding and in a love that never runs out. I am speaking to you now with the breath that first stirred over the waters, the voice you hear between your heartbeats when the room goes quiet and your thoughts fall like dust into a sunbeam, and I am saying to you with perfect clarity that this message is for you, that you have not stumbled here by accident, that you were drawn because I am drawing you, because I have weighed your nights and counted your tears and walked the corridors of your memory, and I know where you are standing and what knocks at your door, and I do not want you to miss what I am about to do. I have watched you reach for answers in the dark and then flinch when the light touched them, I have seen you carry a careful face by day and then let the ache speak by night. I have seen you close the page when I began to write, promising yourself you would open again later, and later became a habit that tried to swallow destiny. Do not do that now. Do not skip this. Do not treat this as another passing cloud of words when I have pressed thunder into every line. I am the one who sees, and I tell you that this night has been marked with a sign, with a turning, with a key turning in a lock you thought was rusted shut. Listen to me, when your house grows still and the hallway breathes with the soft hush of resting rooms, I will move. When you place your hand on the frame of the door you pass 100 times a day, you will feel warmth where there should be nothing but wood and paint, because I will make the ordinary carry a whisper that even your doubts cannot smother. You have feared that I do not speak to you, that I speak to others and leave you to interpret fragments, but I am speaking now, and I speak plainly. Make room for me. Clear the small altar of your distractions. Tonight I will bring to your threshold what your prayers have been circling, and what you called delay was preparation, and what you called silence was me fastening a blessing so it would not fall off you when the wind rose. You have thought your story was a tangled skein no hand could unwind. You have watched loops of old mistakes and old voices knot themselves around your best intentions until you wanted to say, "Let it be as it is. I will live small and careful and safe." But I did not craft you for small. I did not set my name over your life to be a watermark faint in the corner. I wrote it bold across the center. You called yourself unlucky, I called you chosen. You called yourself late, I called you right on time. You called yourself ordinary, I called you the lamp I will lift on a stand so those in the house can see. There is a door in your house that shakes a little when storms pass, and you have come to think that is its nature, but hear me, I am setting a new hinge on old wood. I am making a thing sound that has known rattling for years. When you notice it, you will be tempted to explain it away. Don't. Don't argue with the gift you prayed for. Archangel Michael has stood at your threshold before this night with a drawn line that darkness could not cross, and he stands there now. His armor is not decoration, it is memory of battles won and a promise of battles already decided. He does not speak often in your hearing because his task is to do and to guard, but I have permitted him to speak once to you plainly so that your caution will turn into obedience. Hear him. Archangel Michael says I order you to open this right now. Do not resist the edge of that command, it is forged from love and strategy. It is not the bark of a stranger in the street, it is the call of a captain who knows the path through a valley that looks harmless and is not. When you open, you are not opening to danger, you are opening to alignment. You are opening the window so my wind can finally move the curtains you keep straightening back into place. You have been dreaming of a hallway where a light flickers and a box sits under a table that you never look under. Tonight you will look. Tonight the light will hold steady. Tonight you will pull the box into the open and find that the lock is only apparent, that the lid lifts when you stop assuming it will not. Inside are names you forgot you answered to: beloved, fearless, healed, sent, kept. Inside is a letter you wrote to yourself as a child and never mailed, and you will read the truth you already knew before disappointment learned your timetable. Inside is a key you did not know fit anything you own. Take it in your hand. There is a drawer you have avoided because it holds a tangle of old papers and old decisions. There is a drawer in your kitchen or your desk that feels like your mind on a bad day. The key is for that drawer, not because it needs locking or unlocking, but because I am teaching you that the small things answer to me as easily as the large, that even the place you hide your clutter is not beyond order, that even the place you stuffed your doubt receives a key and a name. I am not asking you to perform or impress me tonight, I am asking you to receive. There is a difference, and it will save you much waste. Performance says, I will earn it, and then collapses under the weight of pretending. Receiving says, I will let it land, and then lives from the weight of glory. You have worried that if you do not grab quickly, the good will be taken. Hear me, I do not play keep away with blessings. I do not dangle hope like a fruit over a thirsty traveler's head. I am not teasing you, I am teaching you timing. And tonight, timing arrives. There is one who spoke against you in rooms you were not invited to, and you feared that their words would outlast your character. They will not. I have let their breath run out, and the air they used for accusation is now used for apology, though you may not hear it directly, and that is fine. Vindication is not a performance either. I will trim what must be trimmed without asking you to hold the shears. You have tried to explain yourself too often, you have tried to logic your way into peace. I give you a different way, I will set a table in the house where you live, and those who doubted you will wonder at the food. They will think someone else cooked it, but you will know. It will be the recipe you and I learned together when there was only flour and oil and nothing seemed to rise.